Hi friends, Carla here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a cash stuffing video, which I haven't done in a while, but this is going to be our first paycheck for the month of February, and this is a joint paycheck between me and my husband. But if you're new here, hi, my name is Carla. I am a mom, so I do a lot of motherhood vlogs, and I also do a lot, as you guys can see, I also do budgeting videos, and I budget my paycheck and my husband's paycheck for our family, which is a family of 3. And every situation is different, but I hope I can help you guys out, to budget or inspire you to pay debt, because we're also in our debt-free journey. We're trying to pay off about $20,000 in debt. We have about 8 either credit cards, we have student loans, and consumer debt right now that we're trying to pay off. If you are into that, if you're into vlogs, please consider subscribing down below and also giving this video a thumbs up. But here are my supplies for my budgeting, and like I said, this is gonna be for Paycheck One. I'm using my plum paper planner, and I am a sticker budgeter. As you can see, I love making these sticker kits just to make budgeting really fun, and it has been working out really well for me. But for those of you who have followed me for a while, please let me know if you like me putting down the stickers already, or you'd rather see me putting them down and discussing all of our different expenses for this paycheck. But as you guys can see, this is Paycheck One, and I've already laid out everything, so I can just put down all the numbers with you guys. So let me know if that works out for you, and then we can just go straight to the cash stuffing. So I will link everything that I use on the description down below, as well as my sticker shop, because I do, like I said, sell my own stickers for your budgeting kits. For my husband, I call him Taba. Like I said, if you're new here, I call my husband Taba. That's just in my language. I am Filipino. So he makes 2 paychecks because he gets paid every week, while I get paid every 2 weeks, and I budget bi-weekly. So I just put down the dates that I know we were gonna get paid, and I put an estimate. I estimated a little bit higher this time around because I thought we were gonna have more hours, but unfortunately my husband didn't really get a lot of hours because he had to take a break from work because of his dad being at the hospital. But he's okay now, so he just had to stay 3 days. Like the budget mom says, you always have to budget, under budget. Basically, you have to under budget for you to have a success on your budget. So I always under budget. Even though I thought he was gonna get 60 hours, I still under budgeted in these sections, and I always under budget with my paycheck to kind of equal things out. So it did turn out okay. But for paycheck number 1 for my husband, he got paid $461.52. For his paycheck number 2, which is the one that he had to take 3 days off, so he only worked for 3 days because he was supposed to work 6 days, he made $352.22. And for me, I underestimated this, but I already knew that I was gonna get a little bit more because I was picking up a little bit of hours here and there. So my paycheck came out to be $593.97, and like I said, this is in 2 weeks, so he still makes more than me, because that's just combine these two, it's just 2 weeks, which is roughly $800, while I make almost $600. Yeah, there's a $200 difference. It should have been more on his part, but like I said, he was out, which is fine. So I totaled these out. I always leave a space down here just because if anything happens, if we get a stimulus, or sometimes if my shop is able to bring in an income, which it wasn't able to, which is okay. I'm just anticipating that and just leaving a space there. But I totaled these out. I already did the math. The total for this is $1,407.71. So as you can see, it's still more than my budgeted amount, so that's great, because I thought we were gonna have to cancel the Valentine's sinking funds for this, because I did add one for this paycheck just because we really wanted to like grab something to eat on Valentine's Day or before Valentine's Day. So now we're gonna go down to our actual expenses of the 2 weeks that I'm budgeting for. As you guys can see, I have like little indications right there, like all the C's means cash, so I need to pull those in cash, and all the ones that doesn't have the C's stays in our account. And I should have done that on this page, because this expenses page helps me see the whole layout of the whole February and how everything is gonna go. I shouldn't have done that on this page, but that's okay. It helps you guys. If you want me to continue doing that, let me know. But for rent, we always put $100 per paycheck on this one, because we need to give $200 every month. We don't really pay rent. We just pay like electricity to my in-laws, because we stay with them right now, as we, you know, pay our debt and save some money so we can move out. And also my husband is actually trying to go back to school to kind of get a higher income, hopefully. So that's another thing. And my husband's phone, he also gives that to his parents because they're all in a plan together. So that's 40. It's like $80 every month. So I just cut it in half so it won't be too heavy. And then for insurance, it's 123. It still hasn't been taken out, so I just put 123 into our bills account. And then for rings, that's 130. That's a flat rate every month. And this is the next debt that we're trying to work on. For my husband's Robin's account, this I budgeted 33, but this one is actually $26 now. And for mine, it's 29 still. Hopefully next month that goes down. But for Netflix, it's 16. For Capital 2, that was 98. And then for food, I always save $250 because that does include groceries as well as eating out money. And for my husband's allowance as well, you can't even see, but for my husband's allowance and his gas, I give him 110 every 2 weeks. I think like that's more than enough. And then for me and my baby, we just call it Mama Mia, but that's our allowance because I'm Mama and then she's Mia, so I just put Mama Mia, and I give us $100 every 2 weeks, and we just combine our allowance together. If she needs more stuff, then you know, I just don't get a lot of allowance. It just works better that way for us. And then my miscellaneous fund gets $50. This is where the sinking fund starts. And my Christmas gets 25. Gifts gets 20, as well as medical. And Valentine's gets 100. So we did not save up for this in the like a sinking funds kind of way. This is kind of like a one-time thing that we're putting there. That's why it's a lot. So my voice is really raspy right now because it's like 11 o'clock at night right now, and I'm trying to film when my baby is asleep. So we'll just go with it, okay? So we have 100, we have 40, 123 plus 130 plus 26 plus 29 plus 16 plus 98 plus 250 plus 110 plus 100 plus 50 plus 25 plus 20 plus 20 plus 100. So that's 1,237 for my total expenses of the month. So what I do from here on is I get my total income of the month, which is 1,407.71, minus my expenses, which is 1,237. So my leftover money is 170, and then I divide that. I don't count the cents, but I divide the 170 by 2, and that means savings and my extra debt payment gets $85 each for this paycheck. So that's just how I've been doing it. And now we're gonna start stuffing our cash envelopes. I did get these acrylic containers from Amazon that everyone has to separate my cash. So I have that, and I also use this Filofax binder that I also got from Amazon, and I'll link these down below. And I have my cash here. I have my wallet that I use to carry all of my allowance and like miscellaneous funds, just so I can have them on hand. So I'll pull those out. And I also made new cash envelopes today because I've been using Millennial Planning's cash envelopes, but she stopped making her cash envelopes, and I actually am gonna add a couple more categories or a couple more sinking funds in the future. So I want everything to look like the same. I don't know, I'm OCD like that, so that's okay, but I kind of made it similar to how she had it. It's just kind of like the cheaper alternative, or like the less thicker ones, because she had really thick ones and these are like a little bit flimsier, but they're still clear cash envelopes. And I learned how to do these through Alexa Budget's video, so I will link that down below as well. And I just have my categories here, and then I have my sinking funds and my bills in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and separate my cash. This has 875 in here. That's including all the cash categories that I need for my sinking funds and my bills, and also the debt and savings. Next time around, I'm gonna separate the savings and the debt. Like, I'm just gonna keep that in our account. I should have done that this time around, but I forgot. So I'm just gonna put it in a temporary cash envelope and put it back in the bank. I'm just gonna use my little sheet right here to guide me so I don't overstuff a category. But for right now, we're gonna stuff my 3 main cash envelopes that I always carry with me, which is my miscellaneous. For my miscellaneous, I will put $50 in here. So I'm just gonna take a 50, put it in here, and this still has some money in here. So now we have 50, 55, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 66. And this covers any kind of miscellaneous, like if we need more money with our food account, or if we need to get something for Mia, any type of miscellaneous, because I find this better right now than having a lot of sinking funds, because we are trying to pay down debt. So having a lot of sinking funds can defeat that purpose, because you have so many categories that you're trying to stuff and you won't be able to pay your debt. So one miscellaneous fund is okay. And then the allowance I have for me and my baby, we don't have anything in here just because we've been spending a lot. Because you guys, I've been buying her a couple of things for her, like eating, like for her to eat solid food. So I bought her a couple of bowls, and I bought her some utensils. I also bought her this little cute plate, so, and also some sippy cups. So that drained our allowance. So we'll be getting 100. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this 100. I'm not gonna worry about making it smaller. It's okay, because if I'm gonna spend it anyways, it's just gonna get broken down anyways. And then for food, we're gonna put 250. I think this one we're gonna break, or I don't know, probably not. So we'll just do 250 like this. Yeah, so 150, 200, and 250. We still actually have $20 in our account. I just didn't bother taking that out. So technically we have 270, but this is okay. I still track my expenses. I just don't do weekly check-ins anymore, and how I track my expenses is pretty much the same as weekly check-ins, if you're wondering, but just not the weekly check-in page. I just use these little stickers that I sell, these little budget expense stickers, and then at the end of the month I'll total everything out just to see what categories I need to work on, and it's always the food money. So now we're gonna move on into my Filofax, and like I said, I've changed these out. I used to have Mitch's envelopes, and there was nothing wrong with her envelopes. They were so much thicker and so much better quality, but I just like everything to look cohesive. I'm just a neat freak like that. But yeah, for rent, we're just gonna put 100 for right now, and then we're gonna put the other 100 on the next paycheck. And then for my husband's phone, we're gonna put 40. For medical, we're gonna put 20 in here. So this is another sinking funds that I thought was necessary to have, because I'm trying not to have so many sinking funds, but I do have some potential sinking funds that I want to add on eventually. So I made cash envelopes for those too. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 1, 2, and 3. So that's 103 for medical. We also use these for any kind of medicine and for co-payments. I don't foresee any like big surgeries or anything in the future, hopefully not. So I think we're at a good budget for our medical fund. And for gifts, I'm also gonna put 20 in here, and these are just for any birthdays or any baby shower that comes along for other people, not within our family, like not between the three of us. So I have 20, 40, 60, and $80 in here. It's not that much, but hopefully in time it'll accumulate, because I don't think I have anybody that has a birthday this month or next month. I hope not, but I know April I do have my niece's birthday and my sister's birthday, so I could send her some money maybe. And then for Christmas, we are gonna put 25 in here, because my goal is to put $50 every month in here until Christmas. So that will like give us a lot of money to play around with. So we'll have 25 added in here, and I think there's already 50 in here. So we have 20, 40, 60, 70, 75 for Christmas fund. And then the last one is Valentine's. So we're just gonna add 100 in here. Hopefully there'll be leftovers, and if there is leftovers, I'm just gonna add it to the gifts cash envelope just to kind of help that boost out, because I do have a lot of family members. My husband doesn't have a lot, but kind of helps to have it as a backup. So whatever's left over here will be put to the gifts. And now we're gonna go to the debt one. I'm just gonna put this back into my account. So for debt, we halved it, so it's 85. And we might put this on the ring, or we might put this on one of the Robin's credit union credit cards. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 85. And I'm just using these printable sheets that I got from the Budget Mom. But like I said, this is just a temporary envelope, so I didn't worry about it too much. And then for savings, I'm going to put the same amount. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 70, 80. Should be 85. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's for our savings. And that's emergency fund. It's an emergency fund, not savings, but I just like to put savings because emergency fund is just such a long word to put down. We also have an account for emergency fund that we're trying to build, but we also have been honestly digging through that lately, so I just use my unbudgeted sticker whenever we do pull from our emergency fund. And then I'll put these ones back in here. This wallet, by the way, was given to me by my stepmom. She gave this to me like back in 2019 when I just started budgeting, and I asked her if she had an extra wallet that I can have that is long and I can put envelopes in, and she gave me this one, and it came in like a little box or something. I don't think this one is an original LV though. I don't think so. I'm not sure. I can't tell. I'm not really like a luxe kind of person like that. I only wanted like an envelope or a wallet that would suffice and would fit all of my envelopes, which this one does. And it has a smell to it. It's not a bad smell, it just has like a distinct smell to it. But that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to give this a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you're new. I will see you on my next video. Bye!